Yo, what's up? Check it out. It's your boy DGL7. We are here hanging out by Queensbridge Projects. I have a very, very special guest today. You guys know I've been working on this public housing issue. She's actually an activist. She's actually very interesting on many fronts. But you're going to find out more. I'm going to let her introduce herself. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Zeoki Rosegold. And yeah, I'm an organizer and I'm an activist.
Okay, so one of the things that's going on right now is this whole concept of RAD, people trying to get ownership of the apartments. And actually, tell me about your work in that regard.
It was a fight. It was a fight, and they tried their best to kick me out, but it just is like, I guess they thought that I didn't know, right? So I wasn't reading up on certain things, and it took 7 years, but recently in 2021, actually this year, basically signed everything, and I did what I had to do, and now I own it. So
they gave you ownership of the apartment.
Yeah,
that's dope. Yeah. So how did that process go forward?
It was a lot of fighting. It was a lot of fighting with the managing office, and I had to go over their heads several times. And
There's different approaches, right? Some people use the grandfather law.
Yeah.
Some people trying to use the squatting law. Some people trying to use this RAD thing, right? There's different ways to try to get. So, which method did you use to really?
They tried to call me a squatter, but that didn't work just because of the fact that I was previously on a lease. I left to go to school, to finish schooling. When I came back, it was like, oh, we never saw you here. I was like, oh, you funny, right? Like, that's how everything started. But when they brung that up, I was slowly holding on and building a paper trail against them. You always have to build a paper trail against them, because the first thing they're going to do is literally try to take papers that's supposed to be in your folder, in your documents, and try to just like get rid of them, or basically they'll slowly try to pull you out. But lucky for me, I just like, I'm gonna be smart about this and just make my own paper trail. And every time I'll submit something, I make sure they stamp it so they got it, and then they'll be like, yeah, we're gonna put it in, and then they don't put it in, but I already got a copy of them putting it in, and I did my best to always hold the original copies. So so I'll give them, I'm like, oh no, I want the original copy, and then they'll take the copy that they had copied in the office, if you understand what I mean. Because they wasn't going to try to hold it, but since I kept it like that and did it several times.
So they fought you for 7 years, and then what? They eventually signed some paperwork saying that you own the apartment?
Yeah. After, because I was like, okay, now, I got the state involved. One jurisdiction can't go over the other. It took me a while to realize that, because if I would have realized that sooner, it would have never took no 5 years. It would have been done in a year or two. But I didn't know that one jurisdiction doesn't go in the other, so I had to get the state involved. Once I got the state involved, it was like the city's workers collapsed.
And I was so excited to meet Z here, and the thing is that she's not just the activist in this case, which is actually phenomenal. Just this act alone is newsworthy, which will not be talked about because the business interests are just scared that other people might make the same move.
Yeah,
so they're going to do everything to squash this shit, but I'm going to talk about it. But also, right, you worked with Amazonians, which was cool. We talked about Jonathan Bailey. So you've been around, right? I think on Monday you're going to a crypto thing, and you're a performing artist. Whoa, you're doing so much, yeah? Tell us a little bit more about some of that other stuff going on.
Well, actually, when it came to Jonathan Bailey, I was actually, I met him actually last year on Halloween through a mutual friend, I guess, that was with the DSA, right? And I wanted to get involved in more, because I was like, this is probably my field. I like this.
You
know what I'm saying? Yes, I am. But I'm like, I just got the membership. I really haven't really dived 100% in it. Like
Jonathan Bailey passed something in Queens DSA that might get Queens DSA recognized. We'll have to see how that all pans out.
So I was working with him, helping people shine a light on RAD and what they did in one of the complexes in Far Rockaway and how they're trying to do it here in Queensbridge. Then I was also helping him at the beginning on his campaign when he was running for District 26. And then that was pretty cool.
How do you learn all this acting stuff? So many people, I know they don't teach this in school.
You actually learn as you go. Like once I got involved, I've been learning that way. Like,
how long you been doing this stuff?
Like
you're no new jack. By the time you took on the housing system, right? You said that was a 7-year fight. You already had to have a certain level of competence to be willing to take that fight on, or maybe you were a newbie at that time. I don't know, but you probably had some experience to not just give up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I had some experience, but then it's also about karma. Probably. Yeah. It was that's a little too much information.
I've been doing this for over 25 years.
That's what's up.
I'm a long time.
But I'm taking baby steps now because I don't want to just fly over everything because there's a lot of information that I missed. So I'm just going back and doing reinforcement, So yes, there was a lot that I needed to know before, I decided to be like, I'm going 100%, because everything is always changing. You understand? Laws are always changing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You gotta stay up with it. If you're not up with it, they're like, oh no, you're on some law that was active 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's different now. So I do my best to always stay in the game and always approach it like if I was new.
All right.
So yeah.
When you're going through your battle to try to get the apartment, right? Did anybody help you, or who were did you mostly do it on your own?
I mostly did it on my own, to be honest with you. That was.
Did you reach out to some groups? I mean, you were already somewhat connected.
I reached the last step was me reaching out to the state. That was like the big guns. When I took out the big guns, it was just like game was over. All right, let's go.
There's actually a federal monitor who's been hanging out at Queensbridge Projects.
Who?
There's been a federal monitor. I actually got her email the other day.
Ooh, Liddy.
Oh, you know her?
No.
Okay.
Who is she?
Oh, Liddy. I thought you meant that was her name. Like lit, like that's lit. Okay, I got
that's
it. Liddy.
lit.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Got it. Okay, yeah. I thought her name was Liddy.
I don't know if her name's Lydia.
So actually this lead thing is being actually under federal monitoring, and there's other large corruption problems that are going on. They actually, for lead testing, they actually falsified a lot of documents. This is not unknown, right?
Yeah,
they're coming short.
Fact.
They're actually rated the worst landlord in the city. I mean, it's not hard to think that there would be some type of federal investigation on what's going on. So, state, federal, who knows? Yeah. So, so you were kind of thinking the senator or the state housing department, who really made things kind of happen? I'm sure there's a lot of people watching who have their own issues. They're wondering who they can talk to.
No, what I did was I just reached out to I have a caseworker, so she helps me as well, and also so I reached out to her to ask her what possible steps can I take, and they gave me so many basically approaches that I could take, right. And I just took the best approach, and then once I took that approach, the state backed me up.
Yeah, like earlier I said, there was multiple paths.
It was multiple paths.
Yeah.
I chose the best path, and the state was like, okay, yeah, because it was one. I can't remember one of the programs. They was like, oh yeah, you could take this path, but I'm like, nah, I have to. I'm gonna get the information, and I'm gonna send it to you. You could probably post it up or something.
Yeah, I'll try to put that at the end of the video. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are super interested.
But that one only was like, oh, it's just a bunch of people that can help you. It wasn't nothing like no real power behind it, because when I seen how many people they was helping, there was only the percentage of them actually helping them was very small. Like, they wasn't really executing the goals. It was very small. So I was like, nah, I need something more.
I get it. We're going to see the documentation that's going to help the people who's watching, right? They're just hear some state stuff they're probably wondering. But I want to ask you some stuff about the Amazon stuff too now. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. You said that you was working with Amazon's Amazonians United?
Yeah, that's what Jonathan Bailey brought me into that one,
Yeah, so what's going on in the Amazon field?
I haven't, like...
Have you heard of Chris Smalls?
Chris Smalls, no. Because I haven't been, like... I was really heavy.
I think that's like a competing union.
Yeah, probably. I was really heavy in the Amazon when I was working with them. I was working with them as like a DSP. A DSP is basically one of the last jobs I had, which is when you're delivering the packages to them.
Okay. To the final consumer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when you're literally the ones in the truck. Like, you go to the station, because it's like how you grow into that whole thing. It's like you have to start in like a warehouse. Once you're in the warehouse, that one was horrible. Like the working conditions, how the breaks, we didn't really even get breaks. It was just like, it was like, okay, you get 20 minutes for a break, and I'm like, so we're on our feet for like this long. And
like, is it like
packages?
There's a lot of people joining the union, or are the unions are there different unions trying to struggle for dominance in that space? So Amazonians was the only one that you really saw, like in
because that's the Amazonians United was really the only ones that actually did something. You know what I'm saying? Like if it you can tell that it was reflected by how the fact that Amazonians really made Amazon move and do something. It was like, you're getting the $2 extra.
It's
a lot of that'll take some time.
The press will report that Amazon is taking like anti-union steps. They will never mention Amazonians United themselves. Notice that, right?
Yeah,
that's real corny. Yeah, there's a lot of suppression going on in this game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good to know. I don't really, actually my friend's going to work for Amazon soon, Garcia Fong. So I'm going to see what's up with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So any other activism you want to share with the, or maybe your music and stuff? I know you're an artist as well.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Y'all should be performing on Saturday. This Saturday we're going to Union Square. We're going to be doing a protest and activist meetup, and so appreciate you getting involved with that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime. So what I do on, I guess you could say lower level, I guess, whatever, blah blah blah. I usually just help the people in my community do as best as we can. Like we like to throw events. Like there was a silent party that we do that giving them experience is something that a lot of kids in the neighborhood don't even know what it is. You understand? Like, so it's like and then showing them like different ways to create a living for yourself. So like at a lot of our events, which is also back behind Lorenzo Brea, that's who
run for city council.
Was he's gonna do it again actually. So
House of Representatives race is coming up in 2022.
Yeah,
you want to run for that?
No, I'm not gonna run for any one of these chairs. Not yet. No, my time will come soon. Once I'm ready, I'm like, I'm gonna run. But so far, I like Lorenzo Brea's. His vision is, it's like where we meet. It's awesome.
I'll let you interview with him. That should be coming up soon.
Yes, you should. Yeah, you should really interview him. He's like, when you understand him, like, because he said you were sending him emails.
He said that?
Yes,
because
I've seen
it. Did he respond?
No, I don't think he's.
Come on, man.
But you're sending it to his
Because with Theo Chino, we actually had a list of every single candidate running for office.
Yeah, so you're sending it to that
called Read
one.
My Block, and we had the whole list of all the voters. We made it available to everybody. So yes, I have the list of everybody. Everybody should begin. That's how I got with Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah.
So you should respond, man.
It's just
yeah, man.
I have a feeling he's gonna respond to it.
I hope so. All right, cool.
So.
But yeah, I'm excited to meet him. We need more allies.
So,
there's a lot of people to talk to, but we're out here to, I'm gonna keep going till we make that connection.
Yeah. So he does events in the NYCHA communities, and we give free food. We just did a back to school event. Gave 500 book bags out to Ravenswood and Queensbridge, with school supplies in them. He do a cryptocurrency event in Queensbridge, Ravenswood, and Woodside, and also do a silent party in Ravenswood and in Queensbridge.
A silent party?
Yes. It's
what
when
is
you,
that?
like, when you have the headphones on, and you have the live DJs playing and stuff like that. Like, it was pretty cool. But it was basically
cool,
to show, like, the art and, freedom of expression. Everyone has a way of how they express themselves,
Okay.
So that was just another way of showing and giving these resources to children in the community, not just children, but adults as well.
Okay.
But yeah, those was like ways to give these resources. That's very, I don't know why a lot of people wanna be so greedy and hold it in, like like the stops in cryptocurrency. That was basically all on financial literacy. That whole thing was lit, like
As an activist, what would you say are the most effective things that other activists can do? There's a lot of people who are watching. Maybe school doesn't teach us how to be activists.
The most important things.
Well, what do you think are some of the most effective things that activists can do?
Oh, of
right?
course.
People are out there. They have an issue. Nobody's listening to them. How can they succeed?
How can they succeed? Oh, number one, don't give up. Always you always have to network, because there's going to be somebody that's going to be like, wait a minute, I experienced that same thing. Now we have a clear understanding, and this is where we actually continue to move forward. You cannot have that "it didn't work for me" type mentality. If you have that type mentality when you're doing something like this, then just consider yourself, like, game over. Like, you have to keep going. You have to be in it. You got to be in the game to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And connect. You have to break out yourself and connect. Always have to connect, because that's where you build the community, is through the connections, is through the shared, like, oh, if I know something and you know something, we trading that off so we can both help each other grow. I guess that's called mutual aid or something.
So the thing is that, look, you're an activist that I'm definitely planning on following. You're also a dope music artist. I heard some of your stuff on Spotify. I appreciate that. Yes. So how can people find out more about what you're into? You have like
just
social media stuff like that?
Yeah, I have a social media. Creative __ genius _1. And that's how you get access to.
Let them know.
Yeah.
Creative _ genius _1, and that's on Instagram. Right?
Instagram, yes.
You on the other things? Twitter, Facebook? You on Bandcamp?
Now I have Bandcamp. See, I'm learning something new. Look, he's teaching me something new. I don't know what Bandcamp is. Now I know, and I'm going to figure out how to work that.
It's all good. There's so many things out there. I'm not on Bandcamp yet. Yeah, Bandcamp is just another way to like sell albums and stuff like that. Like,
word? Bandcamp.
You know the DistroKid. There's
like, but I don't use DistroKid.
I'm not either,
I use
but some people
United Masters, and the other one's called what's the other one called?
I'm retired from the music biz, so
you are.
Yeah, I'm actually more like activist now.
Full-time acty.
I just use my music to supplement my
activism.
Yeah.
Now music is my life. I love it.
That's
I
cool.
can't, I can't let that go. That's my therapy, literally.
Yeah. I mean, I could do it on the side, but I don't believe there's a space for Asian men.
What? Why would you think that? Do you not? Do you know the one of the biggest producers in the U.S. is actually Asian?
Who that?
Bro.
Hugo from Pharrell. Because nobody
that's
gives
one.
a fuck about Chad Hugo.
That's one, but I'm not talking about. What? Yo, bro, whoa. I gotta get his name.
Making beats and shit.
He makes beats and he works with like mad big producers. Like, bro, I I have to find. Once I find him, because I have too many people.
Yeah, you got to be behind the scenes.
It's too many people.
Yeah, they don't want your face on it. You got to be behind the scenes. Yeah, you're a ghostwriter or some shit. Yeah, maybe it's a ghostwriter or something.
Nah, no, not even, bro. Like you can't think of it like that. If you think of it like that, I'm
old now. I'm done. I'm in my 40s. I'm good.
You 40?
I'm 40 something. Yeah.
Wow.
45.
I couldn't even tell.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
I'm 30. I guess I'm still a baby. I don't know.
It's all good. It's all good. So, yeah. Hey, look. So definitely, you're definitely one of the people that you're gonna see more activity with me out here. I'm gonna stay in touch with people just like this. Z over here, super excited.
Awesome.
And this is huge for the public housing. Just so you know, there's a pathway for you guys to own your own apartments. She's a success story right there. There's a lot of different pathways to that. Yeah.
Yes,
so
it is.
Props to you.
Thank you. Awesome.
You're gonna inspire a lot of people out there. Check it out. All right.
Peace.
God bless.
God bless.
It's a dark day in our nation when high-level authorities will seek to use every method to silence dissent. The truth must be told.
And if you want the truth, you need to check out independent media producers just like myself, DJ L7. You should subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I release a new video.
Truth of these
We
words
are on all
is
the major
beyond
platforms.
doubt.
That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Unfortunately, we have definitely seen that these mainstream outlets will cave to corporate interests, so we encourage you to join our independently moderated communities of Reddit and Discord. We also encourage you to subscribe to us on BitChute and Daily Motion so you can see the content that YouTube doesn't want us to let you see. Hey, now it's time for the most important part of the video. That's right. It's time for us to tell you about the Taking Action Group. Do you need an activist? Or maybe there's no activists around willing to help you with your cause and you need to learn to become an activist. That's exactly why we're here. Every week we get up with people from across the nation, in fact even sometimes internationally, and we develop strategies and a game plan to address the issues that are affecting all of us. Every week myself from New York City and of course my co-host Lisa from Los Angeles provide a coast-to-coast perspective on what's going on in the country. If you want to donate to help out with expenses, travel, equipment, stuff like that, then I definitely appreciate it and you can hit us off at Venmo or PayPal. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, we also have a merch store, so check it out. Oh my goodness, it seems like you've reached the end of the video, so make sure you check out some of our other videos, make sure you subscribe. This is your last chance to do so thanks a lot, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment below if you have any questions or issues you'd like me to address. And if you're an activist, the time to make things happen is now.